Okay, we're gonna do 2 reviews for you today. We're gonna do a non-spoiler review, and then we're gonna hit you with spoilers. So you'll know when to shut off the podcast, go watch the movie, and then come back. So let's start with a Civil War review, non-spoiler. So if you haven't seen the movie, you're still safe.
Gentlemen, keep it civil.
Keep it. Tell Conjure Club.
Yes.
So overall feelings. Let's go around. Overall feelings about the movie.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I think it's the best Marvel movie, but only because the other movies lead up to it. Without the other movies, this one is not the best one.
Okay. Peace out.
Can I rate mine out of 5 stars?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I will give my 4.25 out of 5.
Where would you put The Force Awakens? As a number.
4.25 out of 5.
He's gonna need scientific notation.
Hold time. Hit ring the bell. You are telling us that the Infinity War is not going to be the Star Wars of this generation, but you just ranked Civil War, a lesser movie of Infinity War, supposedly, at the same as The Force Awakens.
The only reason why I have The Force Awakens is that because of the similarities to A New Hope. That's the only reason why.
Because it wasn't original.
And plus, it's a bold prediction to say this is going to be like Star Wars. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I like the movie. I liked it a lot. A lot. My only gripe is there's a lot to keep up with. A lot of things happening at once.
For you, I mean, you've watched the original trilogy maybe 1,000 times.
No.
Only 1,000, Pegno?
Okay.
No, he's not talking about Star Wars. He's
Star Wars.
Civil
Oh, he's
War.
talking about Civil
Yeah.
War. Okay.
Yeah, he says Civil War moves a little too fast for him.
Too fast? No, like the beginning scene is.
scooter.
I like the scene in the beginning. That's pretty exciting. But throughout them, like after that scene and
No spoilers.
after that scene in that particular location we haven't talked about yet, it gets pretty dull, and it moves slowly. And this, I really can't say a lot.
Because this doesn't happen in Star Wars.
It doesn't.
Never.
Because
No.
you always have a cutscene to like Darth Vader like choking someone to death.
I felt like every 10 minutes was a major fight scene.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing also.
I just
Yeah, no,
I
that's
found it
great.
more like
And the fight scenes were
large
fight
confrontations.
scenes.
Yeah. Like I saw this movie twice. The first time, it felt a little long for me. And it's probably because I had to try. I
It
was
is the longest
focusing.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I was trying to focus so hard on everything that it maybe it felt long. The second time I saw it, I was like, this movie moves. This movie moves really well.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll feel that way if you see it again.
I did feel it was a little long though.
Okay.
That's just how I mean again.
For me, the only slow point, which I won't say what it is but for me, the only slow point actually ended with a really fantastic scene. So it kind of made up for it. So I actually didn't think it was that bad at all.
I think this no spoilers will be fine if you're allowed to mention anything that's in the trailer.
Oh, I don't remember what's in the trailer.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Whatever. Thanks. Is that my first bell?
No, that's
Oh, it's for you.
No, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. When we
Okay.
ring the bell, it's automatically his
Oh,
fault.
it's automatically beats that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what did you give it out of 5 stars, Pagano?
100.
100 stars.
It's my
100
favorite
stars out of
movie.
5
It's my favorite movie.
of all time.
Yes. Doesn't matter what
Wow.
the genre. It's my favorite movie.
Wow.
It dethroned Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
Whoa.
Now I have issue with that. I have
I
Lord
was
of the Rings
gonna
pest
say.
dispensers over there.
And Lord of
I don't like
that's,
to treat them.
That's now my second favorite movie.
Aragorn is gonna choke you to death with his cheap, chalky, disgusting candy from his face.
I'm still a huge fan. That hurt.
Wow. I like Return of the King a little bit better than Two Towers.
I like that.
I
My,
like
my favorite's Two Towers.
I
But
like
back to
the
Civil
Fellowship.
War.
Back to the War. Matt, what do you think?
Out of 5 stars, probably like a 4.95. It was really good.
It was. It truly
a
is.
lot of decimals being used.
It says 4.25.
I'm just missing
Yeah.
something.
Well,
I would give it 8.5 quips out of 10. Because I loved so many things about it. It looked fantastic, fight scenes were fantastic, but it suffers from 2 things that really I did not enjoy. Number 1 is the political drama that the previous Captain America movie had. Different, but
he's saying there wasn't enough,
um,
right?
no, I'm
Are you
saying
saying there's too much political drama?
like it starts this chain reaction that you forget that this is about the whole Hero Registration Act. It kind of moves into Steve is Bucky is Steve's BFF and he's not going to let anyone take him away.
That was kind of sweet.
It was sweet. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it moves past that. And the other one is some of the actions that the characters do, especially the villain, I don't necessarily agree with.
I love the villain.
I thought this was a very weak villain.
I love this villain.
Yeah.
Very
But
weak
was the
villain.
point of the movie
Yeah.
to have a very strong villain?
That's why I didn't care.
Yeah, I think it was balance it out.
That's like,
There's a reason it's called Civil War.
right, exactly.
Can you really have a civil war?
Pardon me, sir.
What's so civil about war anyway?
Nothing.
Ah, that's Guns N' Roses. Do we have to re-rank our movies?
Yes.
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 From last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna re-rank. I think I'm gonna put this at number 1. I think I'm gonna put Spider-Man number 2, and I'll put Guardians number 3.
Why you start with number 1?
Dark Knight is.
Because you're a trendsetter.
So Dark Knight is still your number 1 though.
Dark Knight. I want to put this at the same level as Dark Knight.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have.
Call
I
me
re-ranked
crazy.
mine.
Call me crazy, but this is for me. It's at the same level
It's at
as
the
Dark
same-
Knight.
You're gonna call me even. You know.
If they're both on television, remember that's how I ranked my last movies. If they're both
I
on
like
TV and it's a dreary day out, I'm gonna watch Dark Knight. Like it's raining.
It's dark.
Because it's dark. Thanks, B-Stat. Ring the bell. Very good observation. If it's a nice sunny day and I'm in a good mood and everything's cheery, I'm gonna put on Civil War because it's just brighter.
It's, you know,
they're both
they're
on
jokes.
TV.
Philadelphia.
They're both on TV. I'm just flipping back and forth.
That's true too.
Just waiting until the airport
That's true
fight.
too.
You know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You said you've rewatched the airport fight alone.
I've rewatched the airport fight about probably 12 times.
Hold your fire. How can you flip through the Dark Knight and Civil War without like losing focus and only staying tuned to one
I've seen them
movie?
both at least
Oh.
twice.
Yeah, because we remember what we saw the first time. Wasn't it?
Plus, some TVs have the ability to stick on 2 channels and then like you can.
That's dumb.
You
Also-
focus
No,
on
that's
two things at
awesome.
once.
Look.
You can focus on 2
What?
channels at the same time. You could watch
can
the entire.
multitask?
You could watch the entirety of one movie, and then as long as you see on the other channel, you go back and you can watch that movie too.
You can
Big Bro would not be impressed right now. If he
Yeah.
said
I could split screen on my.
I
Don't do
could.
that in the mic.
I could split screen on the.
I know, please. Thank you.
I can have it in bed, Mike. This is bad.
Okay. Anybody else want to re-rank?
I do.
Okay.
Should I go next?
You're good.
Okay. So my honorable mention is Deadpool. 3 Ant-Man, 2 Dark Knight, 1 Civil War.
So you're putting Dark Knight in there.
Yes, because it's now number 2.
Are we allowed
Right.
to do that?
Well, see, that's a good point.
Because Civil War is now my favorite movie over Dark Knight.
We
So
chose
Dark
not
Knight's
to
2.
put Dark Knight in
Because it was our number 1.
I feel like we should have waited to do this until after.
No, I like that we re-ranked them.
We do, you guys.
It slides in at the 3, including Dark Knight.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to dethrone Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
I think that movie's really good. I love that movie.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, this takes over Deadpool. Deadpool moves number
Oh.
2,
Oh, you had that was your number 1, right? That's where we started.
and then I'm gonna move the Dark Knight now to number 3, and then we'll have the Dark Knight Rises as honorable mention. So that exists now.
Okay.
This one overthrew all of them.
Thank you.
It's up at number 1.
Thank you.
My previous number 1 was Avengers, and this is basically an Avengers movie.
This had more Avengers than
The Avengers.
The Avengers
It was
had the Avengers for 5 minutes.
That's, yeah.
This one had them the whole time, so.
And more of them, yeah.
Great.
And
There was so
more.
much fighting.
So much.
It was great. I actually made a list of all the fights. How did we like the CGI?
Ant-Man looked way more CGI than normal.
Ant-Man looks great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Ant-Man looked pretty good.
I thought it was
Yeah,
better than
same.
last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, true.
I like the new suit too.
Is it new suit?
It's a new suit.
It looks pretty much the same.
Well,
They changed the helmet, and they
The
changed
helmet
the
was
design. Because it was like from like what, the 60s? Like it looked like a biker suit.
Here's the way I rank
It looked
CGI.
good.
What a coincidence that him and Hank Pym are the same size.
If
Like they can fit into the same suit.
if I'm watching the movie and I don't notice the CGI, then it's good CGI.
I agree.
yeah, I
That
didn't
was
really
me.
notice it.
You don't think Spider-Man looked a little faker than everybody else?
When I first saw the
No.
trailer, I thought.
Yeah,
But then I realized
No.
his design and how he looked fit right into the rest of it.
I mean, he is Spider-Man,
Yeah.
so his movements are going to be different than normal people.
Right.
And I'm actually curious to see where they actually use like a real suit and where they use a fake suit.
Yeah.
Because I know they use a real suit. Oh, can't. Because we're not
Later.
spoilers yet.
Yeah, okay.
We're not spoilers
You
yet.
can save that. We can talk about costumes though. I mean, did we like the outfits of everybody? Captain America
Yeah,
suit was
yeah.
pretty much
Pretty much the
Iron
same.
Man's suit glowed a little
Falcon is
extra.
the greatest.
Falcon, I think they upgraded Falcon big time.
Yeah.
But Red, Yeah, Red Wing now, you know?
Which I think was the name of his hawk. When
Yes.
He was just
It
a
was.
guy with bird wings.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was a real bird.
And
It's
he
not
had
a
a
real bird,
telepathic.
man.
It wasn't a drone.
He had a telepathic connection with it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Scarlet Witch, did she have this?
She had like a jacket
Yeah.
instead of like a wrapped up sweater.
It was a sweet leather jacket.
It was very nice. She looked good, and she, in my opinion, might just be the MVP of that movie.
Well, she was obviously the most overpowering character. We'll get into that more later.
Hawkeye got a suit upgrade.
Did he?
Yeah, he's not wearing like the weird kilt
Purpley
anymore.
stuff.
He was wearing a kilt and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cape
yeah.
last time.
Was everybody satisfied with the amount of Spider-Man that they saw?
Yes.
No. Definitely.
Yes.
I wanted more, but
Okay,
I was
okay.
satisfied.
Would you say you needed more pictures of Spider-Man?
DSAP, why were you not satisfied?
Because I think it's just that everyone got excited when he was in the trailer, and I think that excitement died down quickly because he was barely in it. I mean, we saw him as his little. Can I say this?
No. Anything that was in. All we're talking about is that we know he was in it. Were you happy with the amount of Spider-Man time you got?
I mean, okay, maybe I was satisfied, but I could have been happier with it.
I was super satisfied because from what I heard he was only in the movie for a little tiny bit.
Oh,
And he
really?
was in the movie for a lot more than a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were saying like just a cameo.
Right,
But
right.
this was like something else.
Yeah, that was definitely
We
something
had a
else.
good part in the fight scene.
Yeah, solid role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the best Spider-Man action we've seen?
Yes.
I don't know, I think
Yes.
the
Yes.
first
Yeah,
It's the best Spider-Man anything we've seen.
Definitely best performance and best interpretation.
Because I
Yeah.
think it's best action because it lasts longer, and also he's dealing against like a myriad of like foes or just combatants with like different powers and things. So you see that thing of he
He doesn't
adjusts
know
on the
any
fly
of
and he uses his
Yeah, that's
weapon
the best part.
in
He's just
like
thrown
weird
into it.
ways.
Yeah, not blue Jamie Foxx.
What?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, remember Amazing Spider-Man 2?
with Electro.
Just Electro.
I gotta
Oh,
say though,
Blue Jamie Foxx.
the first 10 minutes of that movie, the Spider-Man sequence is great. When he's swinging through, getting the
That's great. The vials.
The vials, yeah. That is some really good Spider-Man action. I don't know. I like all the CGI of Spider-Man, but I think this interpretation, like Matt said, of Spider-Man is most related to the comic book.
Yeah.
He's that high school kid. We'll spoil more.
I was gonna start quoting what he said, but then I realized I
Yeah.
shouldn't.
We're getting too close.
All right, so
I think we gotta call it.
yeah, let me get the spoiler warning